let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
Try to prevent the spread of the lawlessness and the fascist chaos that's been unleashed against us.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist, fascism, a huge component of fascism is uniting racism, bigotry, a form of racist nationalism.
We are now living in a fascist dictatorship.
We are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country. We're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government.
Not only to roll over to Donald Trump's will, but to roll over our democracy and allow him to take over this country as a fascist dictator.
When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, said, "No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core."
Welcome to yesterday's news channel. The left loves to lecture us about turning down the temperature in our political rhetoric. But just like Scott Jennings says in the clip we're about to watch, I'm done pretending this both sides nonsense has any truth left in it. That debate ended a long time ago. While on his radio show, Scott Jennings did an interview with another outlet when the host of that show tried to drag him into the usual script, claiming the inciting language and political violence comes from both sides. But this isn't the polished, keep it professional CNN version of Scott Jennings. This is Scott Jennings unfiltered, and he doesn't hold back. Anyway, let's watch Scott Jennings shut it down and explain the reality of the world we're living in today. Let's go.
People come along to lecture conservatives about toning down the rhetoric and this and that, whether it happens on the left or whether it happens on the right, and no matter who the victims are, somehow we're always told that it's conservatives who are the problem and that they need to tone down the rhetoric. Meanwhile, you have people like Senator Chris Murphy from Connecticut, who the day before Charlie was shot in an interview said that we're at war and you have to be able to do whatever you need to do to win the war. You had Tim Walz the other day telling a crowd that he was hoping to wake up one day to news that Donald Trump had died. You had Seth Moulton, a congressman from Massachusetts, on TV this morning lecturing conservatives that they're the real problem. Now, it's our friend that's dead. There's a lot of causes on the left right now that are causing people to engage.
Okay, and equally
at a minimum,
on the
rhetoric.
right as well, though, Scott. Equally on the right as well. Can we at least
Listen,
be fair about this?
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I have no time and no quarter for any criticisms of Republicans or conservatives or Donald Trump or Charlie Kirk or any other both sidesing this. It's our friend who's dead, shot in the throat while doing what we're supposed to do as Americans, which is engage in civil discourse. He goes to a college, not known, colleges are not known as hotbeds of conservatism. He goes to a college to engage in civil discourse, and now he's dead because that's what he did. So I really don't have any time for both sidesing this today. It's our friend that's dead because he was doing what you're supposed to do as an American. Talk, use your voice, use your words, use your powers of reasoning, debate, speech. That's what we do as Americans. And now our friend's dead, and you want to lecture me about Donald Trump or
I'm not
conservatives
lecturing
or
you.
both
I guess
sides?
I'm just
honestly,
saying.
It tells me you don't really get what's happening, and
well, no, I'm
happy to explain it to you, but you clearly don't.
I am, Scott, seeking to understand how, if this is not a time for rhetoric, if it is a time to remember your friend who he's been assassinated. There is no words to express how awful that act was and is. No words. And if this is a time for respectful discourse, why is a Fox News anchor saying this is war? Why is Steve Bannon saying Kirk is a casualty of war?
That's the way it feels. It feels like that on the left right now, there is increasing amount of violent rhetoric. There is an increasing amount of people who have decided that debate and politics are useless and that they need to take it to another level. That's the way it feels to conservatives. And do you know why it feels that way? Because our friend was shot in the throat and murdered in cold blood. That's why it feels that way. Because our president last summer was nearly assassinated.
Now, I decided I wasn't going to play the videos of leftists celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. I thought about it at one point, but honestly, if I did, I couldn't even sit through them with you. I've seen a few, and that was enough. Every time I stumble across one, I do my best to scroll past because they make me physically sick to my stomach. I say all that to say, what more do liberals need to witness before they admit their movement has aligned itself with hate and violence? When I first started paying closer attention to politics, what tipped me off was how obsessed Democrats were with telling everyone how tolerant, loving, and accepting they supposedly are. But if you have to constantly tell people you're something, you're probably not. Ever been in a situation there's like a girl who's just like a complete mess, but she insists she's classy? 100% of people's responses is like, no, you're not. But the truth is, millions of Americans have seen those vile celebrations too. And for countless people, this was the breaking point. I've seen lifelong Democrats posting, "I'll never vote blue again because of Charlie Kirk's assassination." Praise God, there are still people willing to stop, examine, and ask whether their party or their ideology actually reflects their values. To those people, I say, welcome. You're on the side of what's right now. I guess I got to say it out loud. I'm still not okay. And I'm not saying that like, woe is me or feel sorry for me. I just feel off. I'm struggling to put into words everything I'm feeling. There's so much I want to say to you. I want to be inspirational. I want to be respectful. I want to honor Charlie. So since I'm struggling to find those words, I want to close with something a little different. A piece of music that says it better than I can. Now, hold on a second. If you're thinking a music video, that's not what I click for. Hear me out. If it feels like a waste of your time, I apologize in advance, but I think most of you will appreciate it very much. Whether you all realize it or not, I don't just see you as viewers, I see you as my friends. And when I find something that moves me, I share it with my friends. So here's Tom MacDonald with Charlie. Rest in peace, Charlie.
Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward took a life with a gun. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for all of us. And I'm so tired of the hatred and the narratives. The patriots ain't dangerous, woke people are the terrorists. They shot and killed a father, sent a message to Americans. They ain't gonna stop until they bury us. Dear Charlie, I don't know if you can see us now, but if heaven has a window, I sure hope you're looking down. Cause we ain't going quiet, we gon' scream your name loud. And you're gone, but I swear to God that we gon' make you proud. We ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties. And you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men try to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us, the system is failing us when good men die for the things that they say. And I can't just be quiet, so I gotta be brave, cause this is America. Lately it's scaring us, but one good man can change it all in a day. Killed in cold blood for having a discussion, and liberals are celebrating murder like it's justice. You didn't kill a villain or the evil that it comes with. You killed a father and a husband. And I'm so tired of the left and all the wokery. We can't get along if you just kill us when we don't agree. Sniper rifle fire from a liberal that no one sees. Scared I might be next to die when I'm just buying groceries. Charlie, we'll make sure your children know that defending all our freedom is why you aren't coming home. I hope heaven has a window you can watch your children grow and hear your message echo from below. And we ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties. And you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men try to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us, the system is failing us when good men die for the things that they say. And I can't just be quiet, so I gotta be brave, cause this is America. Lately it's scaring us, but one good man can change it all in a day.